If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear, the camera's here.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to Jerry's NBA Talk TV. I'm NBA Jerry, and thank you for watching. I wanted to talk to you guys for a few minutes about the Miami Heat. I want to tell you guys a quick story. Thursday night, I went to a friend of mine's house, and the game was on that night, Miami against Orlando, TNT Thursday. And I watched the game up until about the middle of the third quarter. This particular friend of mine likes to watch Jersey Shore. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys probably watch that show, and it comes on Thursday nights at 10 Eastern, 10 p.m. So at right around that time, at about 10 p.m. Eastern, I decided to change the channel because the Miami Heat were winning by 20-something points in the middle of the third quarter. So I said, okay, so we changed the channel. So every time the commercial break came on for Jersey Shore, I would change it to the Miami game, and Orlando kept cutting the lead down. So I'm like, oh boy, here we go again. So I ended up watching more of the game, and long story short, you guys know what happened. Miami loses. They blew another big lead. And then, of course, they lose to San Antonio in San Antonio by 30 points. And a lot of people have been asking me to comment and asking my opinions about Miami losing, the big leads, and also my opinions on just the Miami Heat, period. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the Miami Heat. First of all, they're a work in progress. And folks, especially to all the Miami Heat fans out there, in my opinion, they're not going to win the championship. And I'm going to tell you guys why. To say that I know for a fact that anybody is going to win or lose, it would be very arrogant for me to say I know it for a fact. But based on the information that I have, the games that I've seen, and also just knowing the game and watching it for as long as I have, I just don't see them winning the championship. Now, prediction to me is just a fancy word for guessing because no one knows who's going to win or lose. But in my opinion, based on the facts that I have and the information that I have, I don't think the Miami Heat are a championship team. When you don't have a center, a point guard, and a bench, you're not going to win. And I've said this before. I've said this in the preseason. Now, the Miami Heat has done a better job addressing those two positions and also the bench. They have picked up Mike Bibby, and they signed Eric Dampier a couple of months ago. And I commend them for that. But Eric Dampier is past his prime. I've talked about that before. And Mike Bibby, he's a defensive liability. And you guys know that. And that's why he was traded away from Atlanta, because Atlanta felt like he couldn't stop the point guard's penetration. And it's going to be the same problem with Miami. Because, see, LeBron James is the point guard for the Miami Heat. So it doesn't matter who runs point because LeBron is the point guard. So in my opinion, when you have Mike Bibby out there, he's a liability. He can hit a shot, yes. Is he a better shot maker than Mario Chalmers right now at this stage of Mike Bibby's career? I don't know. But to me, their bench is the worst in the NBA as far as point production. LeBron James and Dwayne Wade are playing better together, and they're winning games against teams that they're supposed to beat. But you guys see the record against top-notch teams. They're not very good. They've beaten Orlando once, and that was like the third game of the season. And then they beat the Lakers on Christmas Day, a lethargic Lakers team. That's the only wins they have. They haven't beat Chicago, Boston, San Antonio, Dallas. They haven't beaten the big teams. So, in my opinion, like I've said before, they're not a championship contending team right now. They are a work in progress. LeBron James is the best player on the team. Dwayne Wade's the second best, and the distant third is Chris Bosh. Udonis Haslem, his injury is going to hurt that team. Now, if he comes back for the playoffs, that'll help them, but we don't know if he's going to be at full strength. The Miami Heat, in my opinion, are a very fun team to watch, but they lose big leads. Defensively, they have a lot of lapses, and they depend on their big three too much. I think Erik Spoelstra really needs to change his rotations. I don't like how he's doing his rotations right now. I really don't. In my opinion, the Miami Heat will not win the championship. To me, there's only 5 teams that really can do it. A lot of people are going to disagree with me, but these are the 5 teams that I really think that have a legitimate chance of winning the championship. San Antonio Spurs, LA Lakers, Boston Celtics, Chicago Bulls, and Dallas Mavericks in that order. Miami Heat, to me, when it comes playoff time, who knows? They could heat up, and LeBron and D Wade could go off. But when the game slows down and it's more half court, because remember, LeBron and Dwayne Wade get a lot of points in the transition on the fast break. When the game slows down in the playoffs, they're not going to be able to beat teams like Boston, Chicago, Dallas, Spurs, or the Lakers. I really don't think they can beat them in a 7-game series. You have to have a total team effort. And when your bench production is lacking that much, you don't have size, you're weak at the point guard position, I don't care who you have on your team, you're not going to win a championship that way. So that's my thoughts on the Miami Heat, guys. Let me know what you think. You guys, to me, are some of the best and smartest basketball fans out here. So leave the comments below this video and let me know your thoughts on that, okay? Thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. And don't forget, if you can believe it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. You guys know I appreciate it. And remember, folks, always, and I do mean always, treat people how you want to be treated. And everything will be okay. This is NBA Jerry, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.